happening, YouTube? It's your boy Deep CP, and I'm back again with another video. Guys, I'm super excited to talk about today's video. I've been anticipating making this for a very long time. I've been a long-time Men in Black fan and collector my entire life. It's almost 30 years of collectibles sitting on this table. Just amazing to see all of it together. It's just a collection of all the things I've gathered over my lifetime. If you enjoy toys or collectibles, be sure to surf for that subscribe button, wait for notifications, and stay tuned for more buried treasure. Now, I did a Monsters vs. Aliens video like this a long time ago, and I've done many videos like this before, so I'm going to pop a link in the description down below to an entire playlist of all of my toy collection reviews. So if you guys enjoy that, be sure to go check it out. But without further ado, let's get into the collection here. As you can see on the table, we have a massive amount of figures. We have stuff from 5-inch scale to Unboxed to even signed, autographed figurines, as well as props and giant deluxe action figures. So we're going to start with the giant figures, move our way up to the smaller figures, and then to the box collectibles. Let's get started. Okay guys, so we're going to start this off with my first ever Men in Black piece, Deluxe Talking Agent J from Men in Black 2, and he came with this gun accessory, which I've lost the projectile at the time. You could push the button on this, you can detach the weapon from him. He did come with a cool accessory. He came with Frank the Pug here, and Frank could rotate right here at his abdomen, and you could turn him from side to side, and you could stand him with Agent J or the other Men in Black figures in the 12-inch line. Sadly, my Agent J doesn't talk anymore. He had a few catchphrases. Some of them got changed from the film because Will Smith sweared in the film.
That measure's about a 10 on my weirdometer. Can I see some ID? Do not touch that. I'll make this look good. You're not alone in the universe. That guy's got to be an alien. I'm Agent J. You will have a nice day.
But I have had this thing for well over 20 years. It's actually the first action figure I ever got from this franchise, and it was a gift from my grandmother. Men in Black 2 was distributed by Hasbro because Hasbro bought Galoob, and Galoob did the first film. But anyway,
Move along.
Nothing to see here.
onto the figure itself, it's actually pretty well detailed. I mean, of course, you have his suit. The sculpting work is great. The paint on mine's chipped over 20-something years, but that's to be expected. I have this play gimmick where you can move his arm forward and would activate the Neuralyzer, and it would flash the light and make sounds. And he also had a button here on the back that you could push, and it would activate Will Smith's catchphrases as Agent J. Full articulation. His head could rotate, the arm could move forward to activate the gimmick. The Neuralyzer arm could rotate slightly. The opposite arm could move up a little bit, not really anything back, a bend at the elbow, and a swivel at the hand. There was a kick in the leg at the front, and a knee bend. No feet movements whatsoever. This is a cool toy. I'm so happy to have this in my collection. It started the collection, and I'm thankful to have it. So thank you, Nana, if you're watching this video. Okay, guys, here is the Deluxe Agent J and Agent K action figures next to the Deluxe Talking Agent J. And if you compare these guys, they're all on the same scale. Frank the Pug could work with these Agent J and K figures if you have them in your collection. These figures stand at just under 12 inches tall among all of them. Okay, and now we move on to the deluxe action figures of Agents J and K. I actually still have the boxes with these, and I'm so thankful to have these two in my collection. For the longest time, I did not have an Agent K to go with my talking Agent J. My grandmother never could find Agent K, and it would have been years later before the third one came out, and they did not make an Agent K to scale with it. So, as I became an adult with my own income, I found these on Etsy, of all places.
Shut up and take my money.
These are two of my favorite action figures, probably in my collection. The actual packaging itself is kind of simple. It had a simple logo down here that would say the agent that it was, which in this case it's Agent J. Posable with Hasbro and the Men in Black 2 logo. And on the back, it would show Agents J and K, all their accessories, Columbia, emblem, and all the Men in Black mumbo jumbo there. Let's get into the figures themselves. Taking a look at these action figures, they are so freaking cool. Agent K and Agent J both come with weapons, and they are fully posable. These were actually the G.I. Joe body molds that they used for the figures, considering how posable they are. I want to talk about their accessories real quick. Agent J and Agent K both came with large weapons that they could shoot out projectiles with. I have lost Agent J. It's actually pretty cool, and it shoots a decent amount. Of course, the Men in Black came with their big weapons, but they also had some smaller accessories too. They had to have, of course, their classic sunglasses, which would just attach to the figure very loosely. Like if you move it slightly, they'll fall off. They would have a Neuralyzer and a small deatomizer. I'm happy to see that. Let's get into the actual figures. Starting off with Agent J, it looks exactly like Will Smith, which is absolutely incredible to me, because this figure is, again, over 20 years old. This came out in 2002. The suit itself is cloth goods, and it can be removed. I personally would not recommend it, but this is a nice touch, because if you wanted to have, say, Agent J running or something, maybe you could finagle that to make it look like the suit is moving. I'm not going to do that, of course, but you have that choice. And we're going to take a look here at Agent K. Again, this looks exactly like Tommy Lee Jones, down to his nose, his hair, the eye color, everything. The suit itself is very nicely tailored to the figure, and even has the buttons here that are literal buttons. Sometimes Hasbro made better toys 20 years ago than even today. Let's get into their articulation. Both figures have a ball joint in the head. They can move their arms up about that far, can go completely around. I don't know about the suit there. You don't want to tear it up or anything. It's a bend in the elbow, no swivel in the elbow. It does have a swivel joint in the hand, as finger articulation, and it's actually kind of crazy because you have a trigger finger. A slight ab crunch maybe there, but it's just barely anything. It's more or less just rotating on the bottom of the waist. The leg can kick forward. It can go back a little bit. Legs can kick out, but with the suit there, I don't want to tear it. So you can kick out a little bit. A bend in the knee and a swivel at the knee. Feet can kick down. It can go up. And no ankle pivot. Here they are standing next to the Deluxe Catnap action figure that we reviewed just a while ago. If you haven't seen that video, I'm going to pop a link in the description to it down below. This is another 12-inch figure. I just kind of want to give you guys a few comparisons to see how they scale. Okay, and here we have some Marvel figures. It's around the 12-inch scale. We have Iron Man from the very first MCU film, The Thing from the Fantastic Four film, the Toy Biz Venom, and the Disney Store Deluxe Talking Thanos. I think it would be kind of fun to see the Men in Black go up against Thanos. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you think the Men in Black can hold off Thanos? Since we were just talking about Marvel, it's only fitting we bring in some Disney comparisons. We actually have a Deluxe Talking Indiana Jones. Disney Adventures Tarzan, have Jack Sparrow, and all three of these I've done a review on. Again, will be in that description. 12-inch scale Lightyear versions of Buzz and Zurg. Okay, and we have a few more random comparisons. Leonard Deluxe Predator figure. If you think they could beat him, let me know down below. We have the Spin Master Deluxe Batman, Ultraman from Ultraman Rising, 2003 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. And this one's for all my 90s kids. We have a alien drone from Independence Day. Not the most important comparison. The Marvel Select comic book version of Incredible Hulk. Okay guys, this is some of the coolest pieces in the collection because these are from the original Men in Black film back in 1997. I have the alien terrorist Edgar and Agents J and K. Now there were many versions of Agents J and K in this toy line, and there was several different action figures in the line. They had Mikey, you could get Jack Jeebs, and many others, but these are just the ones in my collection that I could get for this video. Agents J and K, of course, they are simple, basic action figures. Did not have the action figure posability that we have today. They are period pieces of that time, and as a Men in Black collector, I kind of have to have them because I love the first film. Start with Agent J here. As you can see, he's got like this green, like paintish color to him. I'm guessing that's supposed to look like this alien right here, which they had these functions to where it would look like there was an alien hidden inside. This is reminiscent of some Ghostbusters toys. They had holes on the bottom of their feet, which you could stand them, on their bases. Each figure had one weapon accessory. Agent J came with a small little blaster here, which you could stuff inside of his hand. It's got a really good grip on it, so you won't have a chance of losing it as easy. And the likeness to Will Smith kind of looks like Will Smith, but not really. The sculpt itself looks like he's running. As far as Agent J's posability, he had a swivel in his head, the arms could go all the way around, and the legs could rotate completely around on both sides, and the right leg had a knee joint. Moving on to Agent K, let's take a look at his base real quick. Much like the other, you have this alien hidden on the inside. He's got like goo for an eyeball and some sculpted teeth in there. Agent K, he had a much bigger blaster here, and that's fitting for the film. But Agent K himself doesn't quite look like Tommy Lee Jones. And much like Agent J, Agent K has a little bit of that blue paint there to match the display base that he's on. The suit and tie are also sculpted in an action pose to make it look like he's running. Just like Agent J, Agent K's head's on a swivel joint. The arm can rotate forward all the way around on both sides. One swivel here on the leg, on the other leg the same, and a single jointed knee. And I absolutely love these figures. They're very simple action figures from '97, but they are great pieces to add to any Men in Black collection. Measuring these guys out, we're standing at about 4.5 inches, almost 5 inches. Okay guys, it's comparison time. We have the monsters from Monsters vs. Aliens. All fight aliens, so I figured it would be kind of fun to stand them next to each other. This was the first video I did a full-on deep dive into my collection. If you've not seen that video, it will be in the description down below. Believe it or not, this comparison is not as random as it might seem. The Ghostbusters officially have done a crossover with Men in Black in game form. IDW teamed up with a gaming publisher that made a board game of all things. This is a figure that would have been on toy shelves around the same time as Men in Black. This is Zorro from The Mask of Zorro, one of my favorite films. This is a comparison that just screams the 90s. This is Triple H from my Masters of the Universe WWE line. It's all set in New York and technically in the Marvel Universe. I'm next to Carnage and Spider-Man here. To show you how they would look in Marvel Legends scale, we have the 6-inch scale Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Sticking with New York City, we have the Super Mario Brothers and Bowser here. Here they are next to the Playmates reboot version of Ben 10. Wasn't a big fan of the reboot, but I did like these figures. And this is around the same scale. Keeping it within 5-inch scale, we have Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker from Hasbro's recent 5-inch Star Wars figure line. Because my fiance loves Lilo and Stitch, I thought it would be kind of fun. Here they are compared to some more adjacent Disney alien characters. The Na'vi from Avatar and the Leonard Predator. Actually, because it's a rule, I have to compare them to the Marvel Select Combat version of Incredible. Next thing I want to talk about, since we brought up 1997's toy line, I want to bring up this figure here. They had a line of bendable aliens that you could get. You had Mikey, they had the worms, they had all sorts of different aliens. This is Skulk. He's one of the taller alien characters that's in the background. Such a cool toy. And again, you can see the Gloob logo down there at the bottom. So it's just cool to have a mint in-box collectible from the first film. Sticking with 1997's Men in Black, we're going to move to the alien terrorist Edgar. One of the coolest toys, honestly, I think, in that line. If you look at the sculpt for Edgar, he looks a lot different than the actual finished film, because this is modeled after Rick Baker's design for an animatronic Edgar that never got used in the film. A really fun piece. I love the paint job on this. You've got all these purples, this brown color around the body, as well as these light green eyes here. It's just so cool. Even the mouth has that detail in there. And it had this open belly. I do not have the Agent K anymore, but he came with a small Agent K that you could stick inside of his stomach pouch and have him eat it. Actually, looking at his play feature, if you move his arm up and down, it actually opens and closes his mouth. How cool is that? As far as his articulation, the arms go in and out, and you have a bend at the elbow. The arm can rotate completely around, and the legs can rotate completely around. He has a swivel at the feet. Measuring out Edgar here, Standing up, he is just about 8 inches tall. If we lean him standing straight up, we can get him right at 8 inches, maybe 8.5 if you count the antenna. Okay guys, here is some fun comparisons. We have a Rancor, also have an Acklay, which funny enough, we made a crossover battle with this with me and Ninja Boy. It was a debate. So if you guys haven't seen that video, again, I'm going to pop a link in the description to all of my Men in Black videos. Hey guys, here's some more comparison to some alien characters. The Leonard Alien Queen, Green Lantern movie Parallax from way back in the late 2010s, and the Bumblebee Solo movie Deluxe action figure. Here we have some more Beast-like characters. We have George from the Rampage figure line, and we have Rexy from the Jurassic World toy line. I want to compare him to Godzilla from Jakks Pacific. Here's the Marvel Select comic version of Hulk. Okay guys, moving on from Edgar here. Here we have the 3.75-inch scale figures from Men in Black 3. This was released by Jakks Pacific. These are small scale action figures, and there were 1 or 2 other figures that you could get in the line. I'm going to start with Boris the animal.
It's just Boris.
Boris came with, of course, that little bitty creature that crawled on his arm in the movie. Of course, this is Boris from the present day with 1 arm, because if you've seen the movie, you know that Agent K shot off Boris the animal's arm back in the 60s. This incredible detail across the suit. Look at the actual arm. You can see the nub piece, the sculpted detail around the eyes and everything. As far as his articulation, he's got a ball joint in the head. The abs actually have a crunch. The arm can go all the way out, it can go in, swivel all the way around. It has a single jointed elbow, swivel in the hand. It has a kick, goes out a little bit. The sides, you can get a pretty good ninja kick there. You get a bend at the knee and absolutely no feet movement. And each figure came with these push the button on the side to activate it. The Men in Black don't push the red button. I thought it was a fun and clever play feature that they put that on there. Moving right along, let's get to the agents here, and we're going to start with Agent J. Agent J actually came with that big gun that I had Agent K holding. Agent J actually looks strikingly close to Will Smith. The suit itself, it will not hinder it. When you go to use the articulation, it looks pretty good on him. I mean, it looks just like a black suit. He has a ball joint in the head, diaphragm joint here. The arm goes all the way around, bend in the elbow, swivel in the hand, kicks out, doesn't really kick back, and you can get a pretty good ninja kick, and you have a bend in the knee. Agent K has the same articulation, but the head sculpt is different. K, honestly, I think resembles Tommy Lee Jones a little bit more than Agent J resembles Will Smith. Funny enough, I actually got these at the Dollar Tree. My grandma actually picked these up for me many years ago there. I'm actually surprised to have seen them there. I've never seen figures like this quality at the Dollar Tree. Taking a look at their height, they are around that 3.75-inch scale. Take Agent J and Agent K and you stand them next to this Edgar. To me, the scale looks correct. Okay, and here they are compared to the 10th Doctor. This is David Tennant's version, 3.75-inch scale. I actually did a review on this when I first started this channel. It's extremely low quality, but it's in that toy review playlist. Comparing them to a modern DC figure from Spin Master, we have Superman. And keeping it with some modern figures here, we're going to compare them to the Disney Pixar Mrs. Incredible and Mr. Incredible. Sticking with superheroes, we're going to compare to a few Marvel Universe figures I have. We have the Incredible Hulk, we have Spider-Man, and we got Daredevil. Sticking with 3.75-inch scale, we have some Leonard Alien figures. And lastly, Marvel Select comic version of the Incredible Hulk. Okay guys, I have my custom Lego Agents J and K I made many years ago. I have a tutorial on how I made these guys. I'm going to pop it in the description down below with my Men in Black playlist. The last thing I want to talk about before we get into the Unboxed collectibles, we have the weapons accessories, which I've also done a video on this channel before. I have not done anything on this though. This is actually a part of the Men in Black 2 Burger King promotion. This was like a little Men in Black telescope. It's kind of cool that you could take it, And it does function a little bit. Okay guys, we have reached the last part of the video. I'm so thankful that you guys have stuck around this far. If you have, thank you so much for watching. But I just wanted to show off, I do have all 3 of the actual movies on their original DVD case. And I said this in my Monsters vs. Aliens video, always people, always collect the actual physical media, because when it's gone, it's gone. We're gonna start this off by the Funko Pops and we'll end it with Serleena. Taking a look at the Funko Pops is incredible. We've not had a lot of Men in Black stuff released over the last few years, but in 2019, when Men in Black International came out, Funko released these, and I'm so thankful to have these in my collection. We have Agent J here, which is the first one in the wave, which Frank the Pug was his accessory. Same thing for Agent K here, except his accessory was Nebel, one of the worm guys from the film. And Edgar here is signed by Vincent D'Onofrio himself. It's one of the coolest collectibles in my collection. Here we have Agents J, K, and Edgar outside of their packaging. I broke like one of the golden rules in the collector community, and that's don't take them out of the box. But I really wanted to show these off because I love these characters and they're really cool with what they come with, especially for Funko Pops. These are standard Funko Pops. These 2 were some of the first figures I ever got that were Funko Pops. So again, it's so cool to have Men in Black in that set. Obviously this isn't a Funko Pop, but again, mandatory, it's a rule, I have to have the Hulk in here. Okay guys, and that has been a look at the Funko Pops for the original Men in Black. These are some of my favorite pieces in the collection. Honestly, meeting Vincent D'Onofrio, super cool lifetime experience, and I'm very thankful to have these and add them to my collection. Alright everyone, this is Serleena from Men in Black 2 action figure. It's so sad to see this get opened, but I am very, very disappointed that the package came like this, so I could not, if I even wanted to keep it in the package, I could not say it's a mint. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up on camera and cry a little bit, but it's for YouTube and it's for you guys as well as myself, because I'm curious if she'll scale with the 3.75 inch figures of Agents J and K. Here we go. Oh, that crunch. Oh, the mint box is gone. It's no longer minted box. Have those ties. I haven't seen those in a very long time.
3 hours later.
Okay, and here is Serleena out of the packaging. Honestly, I think it was kind of worth it. It's kind of cool to have Serleena in my Men in Black collection. She came with this vine piece, which there is a port on her back, so you can attach this to her to have her vines out and stuff. It's not going to look exactly like the film, but a cool give or take to go with the toy. Sculpt doesn't look exactly like the actress that played Serleena, but it's close enough to make it work. But it's not going to be perfect. It's over 20 years old. Looking at the actual vines themselves, they're sculpted very, very well. Like you can see all that detail in there. Let's take a look at Serleena's gun. Does it still work? Okay. It don't work anymore, no! But you can hold the little gun here and tentacles come out to look like Serleena's. And it says on the gun, M.I.B prototype, so it's almost like this was back in M.I.B headquarters when she broke in the second film. And she probably stole this. Since I've got Serleena now, I need to try to find Johnny Knoxville's character of Scrad and Charlie. But moving on, we get this little cricket alien accessory, and it's just a static figure. As far as Serleena's articulation, her head can swivel, she can move her arm completely up, she can move forward, her hand has a bend there, it can't go up and down, she has no waist swivel whatsoever, but her legs are on like a V joint there, so they can just rotate around. Look at Serleena's height here. She stands at roughly 4.5 inches. Here is Serleena standing next to the original 1997 Agents J and K. I think the scale, if you're going for her film accurate height, standing Serleena in the pantheon of the Men in Black trilogy characters is taller than Agent J and K. So if you do have this version of the characters, you could put her in there. Cool thing, Serleena did have the power to grow in size. You could argue that she can grow herself a couple of feet. She's in her power state. I think it's fun. You guys knew it was coming. The Marvel Select comic book version of the Incredible Hulk. Okay guys, and this has been a look at my Men in Black collection. I'm so glad you guys watched this video. I do videos like this quite often. If you guys want more videos like this, let me know in the comments down below what sort of pop culture characters I could do a video like this on. Men in Black is one of my favorite franchises of all time. I'm so thankful that I've had the ability to collect this over the years. This has been over 20 years of collecting in one video. Honestly, one of the coolest videos I've ever made. Meeting celebrities and 20 years of collecting, I can honestly tell you, Men in Black is one of those franchises. If you decide to collect, it's a blast. And I'm just so glad you guys got to be a part of it as I was walking down memory lane, taking a look at these figures with you. If you guys like Men in Black, I'm going to link in the description down below to an entire playlist I've done of Men in Black videos. I'm also going to pop a link in the description down below to an entire playlist of all my figure reviews I've done over the years. If you guys have any suggestions for future videos on toys, comics, movies, reactions, whatever it might be, let me know in the comments down below. But that's it for today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to surf for that subscribe button, wave in for notifications, and stay tuned for more buried treasure. Deep Sea Pete out. Catch you on the coast side.